ensconced. Safe from all the yahoos, like ball cap and his pawns. Safely ensconced. Safely ensconced. Safely ensconced.
There you are.
Both of us are safely ensconced in the inner sanctum. We're breaking in a new system, so we may have some, I don't know, glitches or whatever. Maybe we'll see.
And it looks like I'm looking up towards the sky but I'm looking at a screen past Jim's head.
Right.
Because I couldn't figure out how to hook up two screens. So I did the right thing to do. I gave Jim the screen that he could see everything on.
Yes, that is the right thing to do. Thank you. Otherwise, I'm leaving. So
I figured.
I'm under the weather, obviously. Just coming out of it, hopefully. Shalene had it for a week, and now I've had it for a week, and all started at the vacation from hell.
Yeah, that's probably you won't do that again, will you?
No. You got to be sad today, right? Great Northern's coming down.
I know. That was like...
your generation, man. That was it, right?
I remember going with my grandmother and mother to the opening weekend festivities.
Really?
But jeepers, I worked in at least a half a dozen.
I bet.
Including, I went on from, remember the Waves record store that was in the Macy's wing?
Yeah.
I started there when I was in high school, worked all my way up, moved to New York and ran a store in that area. So that was an important part of my life.
Absolutely. For a lot of kids, a lot of people your age, especially. Yes.
All of my friends worked there. My friend Jason worked at the Friendlies forever. The movie theaters, we had a plant in the movie theaters so we can get in.
Yeah, it's sad for a generation for sure, but things change.
I worked at the Taco Bell there.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, I mean that's what malls did back in the day, right? They employed kids.
Yep.
All the high school kids, you get a job at the mall. And that's over now, but at least Carousel or whatever, Destiny, they hire plenty of people, but it's not the same. Malls are not the same, and things change, and we move on. That's all. So let's move on to our guest because she's here. Shawn Fiato is here. She's running for the 129th Assembly District against Mo Brown. She's a very long-time friend of mine. I love her dearly, and welcome.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Bill, for having me.
Certainly.
Having me back. No more bloopers.
Let's talk about why you're doing this, Shawn. I mean, you were a great legislator, I thought, at your time in the legislature. So now why have you decided to take this challenge on?
Well, I really believe it's my civic duty to do so. And, once I got into the ledge when I was appointed, I really absolutely loved it. First of all, I wanted to make sure that before I ran again, actually for the ledge, I wanted to know how my Republican caucus was, the people that I worked with, the people on the Democrat side. I wanted to know, are we doing a good work, before I jumped into it again. And I knew that we were doing a good work. And I absolutely loved everybody that I worked with. And absolutely loved going door to door, especially to go meet all the people. I mean, I am a community person, you know that.
Yeah.
And, just listening to everybody and, when you run for something, it's a whole different story than when you're out there in your own neighborhood or you're, helping some other neighborhood or your community. You've got a letter next to your name. So it's a whole different thing. And people see you differently in a weird way,
And one letter R is not being favorably looked upon this year. Which makes
I don't even know how many years it has been looked upon. Well. But and actually I wanted to get the independent line this year, but because of the way things were rolling along in this particular election, I just didn't get enough signatures. Not that I just didn't get out there soon enough, probably. So, but as I did get out there, it was kind of great because everybody that I spoke with, it was like going back to old friends, Democrats, independents alike. I went to everybody. I probably hit about 500 people. And they were like, hey, how are you? Oh, my gosh. And they thought I was running for the legislature again. And I said, oh, no, I'm not running for that. I said, I'm running for the 129th. It's, and it's very important to me because I feel like there is a difference in our, our belief systems and where it's going in, the political field right now. And I really feel I align a little bit more with Bill Magnarelli and the moderate Dems than probably my opponent does. And I really feel like we need to get together. We've got to keep moving along and doing the right thing for our communities. I mean, being in the assembly, it's about bringing things back to your community.
Sure.
And I really want to do that. I'm super passionate about that. I'm passionate about people in general. I want to help anybody that I can help. That's why I stayed on Park Ave.
Now,
I wasn't here for no reason.
I'm sorry. What about fundraising? How's that going?
Just beginning.
And it takes a lot,
beginning. Right? My fundraiser's tomorrow if you want to come. We're having a band. Nicholas Stark.
How much do you think you're going to need in a race like this?
I knew you were going to ask me that question. I probably should have had the answer. And to be honest with you, I really don't know. I don't know. And whatever, truly it's like, whatever it's going to be at this point. And I want to use the money wisely. I really do. I mean, listen, if I was running for the ledge, I would be able to do it blindfolded now, knowing what I know.
Sure.
And like I said, I do. And it's really getting out there and meeting the people. Once people meet me, I'm my authentic self, Jim. I'm not trying to be anybody else.
Nope.
I'm not trying to have something in front of me to go, oh yeah, this is how I believe, this is how I believe. I do believe certain things. I do. I'm very passionate about not going so far left on something that, where people don't understand what they're doing and could hurt themselves and hurt the communities. But, no matter what, when you get in, you're going in as a freshman. Bill's
Right.
been there for since
Sure.
1998,
Mhm.
and I've known Bill for years too. And I've had to work with him and, so here we are. But I know that, I don't like to go in, there may be some Democrats that don't like me just because they just don't for whatever reason. But I am the type I like to talk to everybody. And I want to communicate with everybody and make things happen. I'm not here to make enemies. That just comes along just because somebody doesn't like a policy or something. But I want to make things happen. I want things to happen for Syracuse and for Baldwinsville and for Van Buren. I went, just going over to Baldwinsville in the last few years and seeing all the beautiful, oh my gosh, I cannot believe how fabulous it is. Really, all the new restaurants and the river. It's just so great, and the community just seems so wonderful. And and I do love my city. And just like, I think you might remember way, way back in the day when I moved into this house, even
Yeah,
you said, why are you moving here?
Yeah.
And everybody did, because, you knew me as as a hairstylist days back in the day,
Yep.
and those are the times of my life that really I mean, that's even doing that, especially, you care about people. You are on top of a human being. You're touching the most important thing on their head, and you create such relationships. I've had thousands of relationships with people,
Yeah, it's interesting. You are a people person, and you have no problem, like you said, talking to anybody at all, and that's a strength for sure. This is just going to be a tough go, although you have such an outstanding personality that I think it's going to be a closer race than many are even saying. But this is brand new territory for both of you, so you both go in there with an empty slate, and I think it's a pretty fair fight, as long as it doesn't. I know that you will not take it in a negative way. I just hope Mo doesn't too.
Well, if he does, that's on him. Okay. Because for me, just like when I ran against Chad, people asked me, they go, you're not going to say anything negative, are you? I'm like, coming to me. I said, I'm not going to say anything negative. I mean, Chad and I have known each other for a long time. I know these people. Did I want to win? Yeah, I did. I walked and walked and walked. And, I was out there until the very last day. And James Corral, by the way, he's running for Senate now, and
Yep.
he came on board and he walked with me. And I'm telling you, he's a really a wonderful person too. He really is, and he's smart. smart.
Well,
And
good luck with this.
we had so much fun, you know.
Good luck with this, Shawn, and we'll talk
Thank
again,
you,
especially
Jim.
over the summer as we get closer to the election.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks for
Great to
having
see
me,
you.
Jim.
Anytime. Great to see you.
You too.
That's Shawn Fiato. I've known her forever.
It worked.
What worked?
The whole thing. We got through it.
Nice. Beautiful. Yeah, she's great. She's a great person. It's just a tough year for Republicans, but
If she runs on the statement she made towards the beginning of the interview, I'm moderate. I'm more moderate than Mo is.
Yeah. I was
So,
kind of surprised by
yeah,
that, actually.
because that's what the people that are still unsure, they're looking for the Bill Magnarelli type.
Right. That's true. That's very true. This is going to be an interesting race.
Yeah.
And it's going to be more interesting than I thought it was going to be, actually. So let's talk about Great Northern Mall again and why this is such an important touchstone. Because on this side of town, forever there was nothing. Nothing. And then they built that, and people were like, holy cow. And then, everybody got...
We had Seneca Mall. I mean, that's the closest thing.
Yeah, right. But that was a strip... Was that a strip mall? Yeah.
Strip mall. Back in the day, it was a...
Was it enclosed?
Yeah, it was enclosed,
but
it had because I lived across the street from there for many years. Johnny Joe Toys, Phase.
Johnny Joe Toys.
The original, there was the Gino and Joe's in there.
Yeah.
Then that turned over to Avicoli's that was in there for a while. And then Avicoli's has obviously moved down to their own thing in Liverpool.
I didn't know that. Wow.
So yeah, that was Kmart was the anchor. Chapels was in there.
Okay.
But no, that was the first real big thing.
Yeah, when that opened up.
88. 88.
Really
10.
nice. And a lot of kids were employed there, especially on this side of town.
I remember there's pictures somewhere of the Santa Claus. You go and sit on Santa's lap. That was the big thing.
The big thing was I'll meet you at the clock. Right?
Yeah. No, that's Pencan.
Oh, that's Pencan
Mall. I'll meet you at the clock. There was the fountain at Great
Oh,
Northern
right.
for
Okay.
the longest
Right.
time, which was in the food court area.
I am thinking of Pencan. So where was Great Northern? Oh, yeah, right. Okay, no, I'm good. I know I got it now.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I went to a couple of baseball card shows there, actually. When I was doing baseball cards. Way back in the day. Yeah, that's too bad. But now we'll see what happens. They're still fighting over
multi-dwelling apartments. An entertainment complex is what they were saying. I saw today in a
medical complex, right? A medical complex is a big part of it, evidently. They put up apartments down the street from there, right across the street from where I used to live, where we used to live. So at Henry Clay and 31, they put up apartments there.
Yes,
and man, they put them up, and then they put these other buildings up. They're all filled. Everything's filled already. All the commercial space is filled. That's crazy. And you like that pizza place, right?
Oh, that Little Italy.
Is it great?
Good?
Yeah. You said it was a little pricey, right?
Pricey, but there's special. They have one specialty pizza a month. Boy.
Yeah.
This month was like a boom. I haven't got that twice. I've been there early. All sold out already. It's like we don't got time.
No kidding.
They're getting all the workers from
Micron. Yeah. Wow. That's pretty cool. Good for them. So that went up quick. I mean, boom, and it's
now there's that restaurant now. Greenies is in there, which is it's a virtual golf.
Oh, right.
Range.
I didn't know it was a restaurant too.
Yeah, they're doing food, and they just had the rock and roll bingo trivia that I work with sometimes.
No kidding.
They debuted last night at that place.
Is it nice in there?
I guess. My guitar players from Scars are big golfers. They'll text me, you want to go do golf? And I'm like, I'm very busy.
Wow, that's cool. So who knows how quickly this thing could go up? It would be a huge boost to the area, no doubt, if it does happen. The only thing I never liked about that site is it sits so low beneath the street level. You know what I mean? That was always weird. Got to go down into this, whatever.
We need
canyon.
If they're going to do an entertainment complex, we need another movie theater in this area.
Yeah. Yeah. And the movie theaters they build now are like total experience theaters, right? They don't just do regular theaters anymore.
I mean, they have like one screen, but they have like 4DX now and IMAX and
all kinds of stuff, right? And then there's the ones with spray stuff and
the 4D. That's I saw that, and that might be out of Carousel Destiny now.
Yeah,
they put the 360 or whatever screen. There's a bigger screen one in there that took place.
No kidding.
No, yeah. I haven't been to the theater. I think the last time I went and saw a movie in the theater was the first Wicked. And it was the one where your chair.
Oh, no kidding.
It was a 4DX. And I was like, this is kind of weird.
I don't remember the last time I went to a movie.
The witch is going all over the place and you're going with it.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. And the water comes, splashes and smells and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I went to a movie in the theater.
I'll tell you, I'll be the first one in line for I Play Rocky. That trailer.
Yeah.
That kid that they got. So I Play Rocky is going to be a docudrama from the point of the inception of Rocky when Sylvester Stallone wrote it until the filming of it. And they didn't want him to play
at all.
They offered him insane amount of money to just give us the script and move along. Negative.
Oops. He stood up for himself
and he won the Academy Award for Best Actor that year.
And became a megastar.
Best movie, best screenplay.
Yep.
And then didn't he go on and directed? He directed Rocky 2 or 3.
One of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's quite a guy, and I like to see that.
I think the first 2 are film masterpieces. Then the 3 and on kind of go into the sports movie realm. But 1 and 2 really do a good job of the whole psychology. You find out Rocky, and then number 2, and when best scene when they're in the hospital in the beginning of Rocky 2, when they're just done doing the fight, and he opens the door and Apollo's laying there, and he goes, "Hey, Paul, who's that?" Apollo goes, "This is Rocky." He goes, "Did you give me your best?" And he goes, "Mm-hmm." And then he thanks him and leave, and Sylvester Stallone thanks him and leave. It's like such a poignant moment in that movie.
Yep.
So I love those, but I love all of them. There's not one I
do not. I like the first 2. When was Clubber Lang?
That's 3.
I don't like 3, although I like some of it. That
was the start. So now 4, few years back, they came out with the director's cut. He directed that. Sylvester Stallone directed that one too. And they came out with the director's cut, and it's different.
Oh, okay.
Because they've really focused more on Dolph Lundgren.
Oh.
Instead of the robot and all that goofy stuff that's in there.
So stupid.
But I'll tell you, what's his name? Paulie, his brother-in-law.
Yeah,
it's just everybody they really casted. Talia Shire.
Yeah.
Everybody was perfect.
Yes.
Burgess Meredith.
Yep. Great.
Everybody was just perfect that they casted for, especially for that first one. But even that Clubber Lang character, Mr. T, is chiseled. Both of them were for that movie.
Yeah.
Chiseled.
Yeah. One thing is true. He got to a state of fitness that I didn't think was possible for somebody his size. That's crazy stuff.
He's
like 5'6", right?
Yeah. A T? Or
no.
Stallone. Yeah, Stallone. T's a small dude too.
He is?
Yeah, like
I didn't know that.
Small in stature. But yeah, Stallone's a small dude. And I mean, but he looked it's not, because it's the early 80s. They're not doing computer stuff like that.
Right. No.
All of his, the bruising of the face, that's all practical makeup and stuff. But they made him look like $1 million. I
mean,
especially in 3, that's what they needed to do. In 3, 1 and 2, he looked like a club boxer.
Right.
But then he started getting the money, and he had the clothes.
And that was yes. But I would have stood up in that ring and looked at Mr. T and said, "Yeah, no, I'm not fighting him. You're gonna be kidding me. Look at him. He's all roided out. He's ready to knock your head off."
And then Hogan's in 3.
Yeah, that's right.
Thunderlips.
That's right. Thunderlips. God. Okay, let's go to our guest, because we need to talk about the Day of Caring and United Way, and our friend Ray Manassa is here. Ray, how you doing, man? Here we go. Can you hear us, Ray?
I can. I had to unmute. I was just listening in on the Rocky conversation. So,
can we hear?
I'm gonna turn them up.
All right.
Good. How about now?
There we go.
We got me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. There we go.
All right. So, talk to me about what this Day of Caring is, Ray.
So, Day of Caring is a United Way event that we started a couple years ago, which actually started many years ago. We found it in the archives and brought it back. And every year it has been a source of well over 1,000 people going out and volunteering on the same day to make a huge impact. So last year was 1,300 people, over 100 projects, went out into the community and made a huge impact. When we total up volunteer hours and make up an equation of cost, it was well over $100,000 in terms of value for these agencies.
Very good. So who decides, Ray, what projects get done?
So it is an open call for nonprofits, community organizations to go to Volunteer CNY. VolunteerCNY.org is a platform that United Way provides to everyone in the community to post up their volunteer needs anytime during the entire year. So that's all year you post up needs. But we use that as a source of helping to bring new agencies in, to bring new volunteers through, to bring people who have never volunteered to go and discover something. So it's really that promotion of whether you volunteered in the past or you've never done it or you want to find something new, it's really been this beautiful way of people being able to volunteer and connect and get to know a lot of the agencies you might not know even exist in this community and the work that they do. And the beauty of it is that afterwards, people find this connection with an agency and they'll say, I didn't know what this was, but I want to come back every month.
Yeah, that's one of the things, one of the spinoffs that's great about it. And like you said, people do discover agencies they had no idea about, and that's big. So give me an idea of some of the things that the volunteers will be doing.
I mean, it runs the gamut. We are landscaping, painting, cleaning, food service, being at the rescue mission, being at Samaritan Center and serving meals, gardening, farming, animal care, going to helping hounds and walking the dogs, going to the Haven at Skanda and working with rescued farm animals. I mean, it really runs across the board. And then there's things that you're just unusual things that are just beautiful, like somebody saying, Center for Community Alternatives said, we would like to have a day for our population, the people that we work with, to have haircuts. And they're going to host a few hours. They're looking for volunteer barbers to come in and do that. And then you go over to the Red Cross where they say a volunteer is somebody who donates blood. So there's a blood drive that's happening at the Northeast Community Center, Syracuse Northeast. I might be screwing that up. It's up on the site. They're looking for blood donors. And it's one of those things where you'd say, this is a volunteer need that you don't think of, that happens all the time. And you volunteering to sit and give blood, especially now in the summertime when it's at an urgency.
Right.
It's just a great way to say, maybe this is the first time you've done it, but we hope you'll come back every time you can.
All right. So how do people sign up, and when is this?
This is August 6th. It is Thursday, August 6th. You can sign up at volunteercny.org. You'll go on there, you'll click the Day of Caring, and you will just scroll through the needs and kind of see. You'll definitely find some that have already been fulfilled. A lot of our presenting sponsors, our impact sponsors. It's a lot of company teams. It's a lot of teams, as in like athletes and groups and organizations and churches. And people will say, we want to go here and make a difference. So it's just search out Volunteer CNY, look through the Day of Caring, follow us on social media, and you'll see. On that day, it's just an incredible number of people that are out there and going from organization to organization. You just see so many people making a difference.
It is. It's fantastic. It really is. Thank you, Ray, for your time, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, good dude. And that's a really good thing to do. That Day of Caring. They do a lot of stuff, man. They get a lot of stuff done. 1,300 people.
That's and it's good that there's still people willing to do that stuff,
Yeah, right. And especially this day and age, right?
Yep.
With everything that's going on in the world, I did get a huge kick out of, first of all, the final soccer game of the World Cup final was amazing. And the whole thing was amazing. But the whole thing with the president afterwards was so embarrassing. See, here's what people don't understand. Some people, most people do. And here's because they don't. All right, we got to rewind this a little bit. All right.
Go back.
Here's the thing.
Here we go.
A lot of people in this country have never been out of the country.
Right.
I mean, a vast majority of people have never been out of this country, and even more have never been out of North America. That may say, yeah, I've been out of the country. I've been to Canada. Yeah, okay. Well, I've been to Mexico. No, go to Europe or go to Asia. So they don't get how we're looked at, okay, overseas. And in the past, we've been respected overseas. We're a joke now, okay? A joke. He's standing there. He wouldn't leave. He wouldn't leave the stage.
Go anywhere. Did you see they cropped him out of the picture?
Yes,
the official
they did.
Picture.
Yeah. I mean, the FIFA guy had his arm on him saying, Mr. President, come on. He wouldn't leave.
Now there's a reason that the teams get invited afterwards to the White House. That's when you meet the president.
But they won't.
This is a whole, you've never before have ever seen a president at the Super Bowl,
no
NBA Finals, any of that. Never before.
And every single one that he's rooted for is lost.
Except the Knicks. Well, that game, the game he was at.
No, he wanted Argentina.
Right, but I'm talking about for the Knicks. He was a Knicks fan, but the game he was at, he lost, but the Knicks won.
Right.
I saw that. So I went to Harvey's Garden on
oh, you did?
On Sunday.
Oh man.
I had the day off. It was a snafu in our friends at Tim's Pumpkin Patch. They're just about getting ready to, they have like a brew pub kind of thing going in there. Okay. And they weren't ready to open yet. So my gig got canceled. So I said Brandy had a retirement party for the people that she was her teacher when she went to dental school.
Oh, okay.
And they were having it at Harvey's Garden upstairs. So I'll go, we'll get, food trucks, get some food, we'll watch the beginning of so we started watching it there. And then there was a lot of people coming in and I'm like, let's go because this really, for us, we can go home and watch this. As people let them have the table.
Yeah.
And we came back home, but I had that new Crash Into Me IPA from
I
can't remember where it's from, but it's got the Onondaga Lake Bridge.
No kidding. Crash Into Me. No kidding. That's great.
Using the Dave Matthews thing.
That's awesome.
I had a couple of those. Awesome. It was good.
What is it, an IPA?
Yeah, it's an IPA.
Yeah, I'm not an IPA guy. Shalene is. I'm not. I'm I'm more like a dark beer guy, like a brown ale or a Guinness or something like that.
One of my favorite is the from Alchemist Brewery in Vermont, Heady Topper.
So yeah. Shalene likes that as well.
Yeah, it used to be rated the #1 beer in the country.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
They have 2 high-rated beers, Heady Topper and Focal Banger.
Wow.
They're both in silverish. And then it just started getting distributed here. So sometimes you get it in Wegmans. The first time we saw it here was during COVID. They were getting the product out. And so a lot of the bars were getting it and selling it, because you could, during COVID, could buy the stuff. So I remember, and then we can get it at Wegmans now. Wegmans has a very vast craft beer section.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. You can find really hard to find stuff there. And you can really find some of the best beers in the world there, especially if you go in the Belgians section. And some of the best beers are Belgian beers, and they have everything there. It's pretty amazing. Although, prices are creeping up and creeping up and creeping up. Now gas is back to over $4 a gallon, and will get higher, I'm sure. Beef prices are ridiculous and have been for a long time. It's just nothing we can do about it. Just grin and bear it, I guess. And
I just saw somebody on Facebook. I don't know, friends of mine. They were in Nashville and they had a bottle of beer and a mixed drink, and the caption was, "This is what $40 looks like in Nashville." Oh, it's not. It's bad. I remember getting a single Jack and Diet at Luke Bryan's, and it was $15.
And they've really, all the big guys took over all the little spots, right?
Yeah.
And they bought them all up.
So I think there's one big restaurant company that, buys the names,
right.
They lease out the names. And I know some of them do own it privately. Like that's Garth Brooks's place.
Oh,
Friends of Low Places is Garth Brooks's place. But that's it's a tourist. It's the #1 of the biggest tourist destinations in the country now.
When's the last time you were there?
23.
Okay.
But it's getting harder and harder for anybody to get seen or make any money.
That's what I heard.
It's a money, it's a making money thing. Those guys, that's what they live on, those guys and girls. And they're getting paid, sometimes nothing to $50 for 4 to 5 hours. You have to make the rest in tips. And if you, depending on when you're playing, I got lucky. I played on a Saturday and Sunday on the bridge, right on a bar that was right off the bridge to Nissan Stadium.
Oh, wow.
So I had the packed, it was in October. I had the packed,
a football crowd.
So I had a packed Saturday night, nice night crowd. And then the Titans were playing the Colts at the stadium the next day at, it's at noon there. And I started at noon and they were blowing out the Colts. So after starting at halftime, It's just all the people over the bridge,
No
and we're
kidding.
one of the first ones off of that bridge.
Wow.
So they're like, if you want to stay later, we ain't paying you, and you can still only have a half-price meal. We ain't giving you one for free. Half price.
Jeez. Did you stay?
I did. I did that Sunday.
Tips, right?
I made more money on the Sunday than I did on.
So how did you get that gig?
I was working with a fella here in Syracuse, who's kind of helping me get into some places. Named Al Kutri. He plays out in Nashville, and was the guy that booked that place that I played, which was Redneck Riviera on the Strip. Al was doing some fill-in work for him on another band, and said if you need a favor, he goes, get my buddy a gig, and it's all how you know.
Wow.
It's all
it is. That's
it
right.
really is.
Yep.
It's all of who you know. But Al is a tremendous musician locally, and he plays. I want to say just about half the time in Nashville. He plays saxophone player.
Oh,
it's killer.
Awesome.
He's also, when he's home, he's in the band The Mere Mortals.
Oh yeah, sure. They just played here, didn't they?
Yeah, they played. They play Coleman's a lot. And,
wow,
out in Auburn. So
excellent. Yeah, I mean, it is who you know, but see, and I've always told people this. Yes, it's who you know can get you in the door, but you better have the talent.
That's right. I didn't embarrass myself.
Right.
The only thing I was worried about is, I'm double the age of the people that were, on the Broadway. But the one thing that kind of calmed me down when I got there, the guy playing before me was older than I was. He was just about to retire as a sheriff in the area. And it was him and another girl, or it was a duo, and they were fantastic and doing the kind of the stuff that I was. So it kind of calmed me down a lot. And once I got into it, it was fun. Once the requests come in and they realize I could play rock and roll music too, then we started the party.
Good. Wow. Must have been quite an experience.
It was. I had a lot of fun with it. We brought my mother-in-law came down with us when we did that weekend and had a great time. When I went in the summer before that, I played to go check out some stuff and see some people and sit in on some open mics. I first got there and I walked into this open mic on Painter's Alley is right off of Broadway, and it's get different kind of music. The blues and stuff is down Painter's Alley. And I walked into the open mic with my guitar. First band's coming in. It's all these older black gentlemen with their woodwind and saxophones and trumpets. And I'm like, I'm putting this guitar back in that car and I'm coming back in because I want to see this and I don't want to worry about anything.
Were they good?
It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
They were the house band for the open mic, and it was just.
So an open mic night in Nashville must be like super competitive, right?
It's like people get their hours before to get their, name on the list. Same thing with karaoke too, because that's sometimes the only way that some of these singers can get seen right away.
No kidding.
Doing karaoke. Then a kid that's from here, Jeremy Barber, moved to Nashville, and he played in like an industrial metal band at Bowie's. That's the David Bowie's.
Okay.
And that's off the Broadway a little bit. We went and saw him. And the thing that's and the sad thing is that's where a lot of your original music is off of, Broadway. Wasn't a lot of people at those bars. People want to, they want to go to Luke Bryan's. And at that time it was Florida Georgia Line on the roof with Bobby McClendon 3 days a week. Bobby's a Nashville guy now, and he's a main staple on Broadway with a band, playing every night, and he's fantastic. He does all the great covers. He's got his own stuff that melds right in it. But on a nice night on Broadway, you want to be on a roof. Either there, Kid Rocks has the roof. Another guy that I'm acquainted with, Tyson Leslie's a wonderful musician. He's the keyboard player for the 80s band Vixen, the girl metal. He tours with them as their keyboard player, comes home and plays. And now he's having problems just, finding a regular gig because there's so much going on in Nashville now.
Wow. Jeez. I don't know. I mean, like Americans, we take everything to the extreme and everything's about money. And so the big guys come in and buy this stuff up, and
there's new restaurants opening every month.
No kidding, really?
Luke Bryan, Post Malone's got one coming up. Morgan Wallen, Luke Bryan, Al Dean, Blake Shelton. Eric Church just built a huge one, and Ashley McBride's got a floor. Miranda Lambert has one. Hers might be gone now, but they just swap in and out.
Man, and these places are big, right?
Yeah, they're huge. 2 or 3 floors for some of them.
Really?
But then you still have I call them the dive bars, which is, to me, that's the soul of Nashville. Tootsie's.
Yes.
When you think of bars on Nashville, it's Tootsie's.
Yeah.
You think of, I loved Alan Jackson's. I love this. Alan Jackson's, what was the name of his bar? But it was, it's built to look like a dive bar. So they have live music on one floor. There's karaoke going on another floor.
Huh.
Loved those bars. The Redneck Riviera was made to look like a dive bar. And that's John Rich from Big and Rich.
Oh.
So he's huge with Folds of Honor and all the stuff with the military.
Right.
So he's got his own booze, a certain kind of booze there that money goes towards the Folds of Honor. And a lot of those bars have that, Dierks Bentley has a bar on Broadway. But Kid Rock's is like one of the big ones. That's like the party bar. So there's the first and second floor is the stage. So the stage is like multi-tiered.
Wow.
And a lot of these places, the windows open up. So when you're walking by, but when the sun goes down at Kid Rock, you're hearing Def Leppard and Journey and all that stuff. And then on the top level, they have a party band, doing all the party dancing music. And that Tyson was in a band doing that. He plays keyboards, bass, guitar, he'll play anything. Plays guitar and keyboards at the same time. He's one of those guys.
Yep. So the top floor is like a roof bar?
Yep, you're right on the roof.
Wow.
Wide open, and if it's a nice night, you can probably into October, you can get nice nights still in Nashville. Wow. And then, during the summertime, they closed it. There's no cars coming down Broadway. They shut it down. People walking in and out of there. Sometimes they have music right in the middle of the street. You booze all the way up and down.
You can walk outside with it and everything?
Pretty sure you can. It's like Vegas.
Yeah, and like New Orleans.
My wife went, and she's a country girl at heart. So the first time that she went to Vegas, I'm like, this is culture shock, dude. You ain't seen it. You think you've seen it. You think the what you see on television. You just wait till you get there. It's just nonstop.
Yep, it is. Now, I just read yesterday that it's 118 in Phoenix today. 118. That's like you're getting toward like humans can't go outdoors type weather. 118.
And it's that dry heat.
Yeah, but it's still hot.
But
we went to Vegas in May and it was so hot. They just had a spell of hot weather. And everybody said, well, it's a dry heat. It is a dry heat. And it doesn't take it out of you like the humidity does, but it's still hot.
It's hot,
really hot. And then, you're in a city with all that glass, right? And it's just, the sun's just coming off that glass. Oh.
The first time I went to Vegas was 2004. I won Cindy Ormond's Star Quest karaoke.
Did you really?
Yeah. And the Nationals were in Laughlin, Nevada.
No kidding.
So it's the most furthest west I've ever been. The first time I walked out and felt that dry heat, I'm like, this is better than that humid, but it's still a wall. You still get that wall feeling.
Yeah.
Then I went into Vegas for the first time there, and I had tickets to see Celine Dion, and it was like the first show she'd ever postponed or canceled. We all got there, and the show was, she was sick, she couldn't do it. And her husband came out, invited us all in. They showed like a video of some of the show, and people that could get tickets didn't, you get a refund or whatever, but I missed that one.
Wow.
But I've seen Bette Midler in Vegas. She's unbelievable. She was at the Coliseum in Caesar's Palace.
Yep.
I saw Andrew Dice Clay, which is funny because he's coming to the On Center.
Oh, is he really?
Announced tickets go on sale Friday. He's coming, doing his old shtick.
He is.
But I saw his his old school shtick at the Hilton, at the comedy club in the Hilton. It was
awesome.
Saw it
at the War Memorial.
And I saw the ultimate Neil Diamond tribute. And
there?
It was his band. Some of his band members are in the band.
Wow.
His name is Jay White. He was, and the lights is dim enough. And you'd swear you're in this little club. You'd swear it's Neil Diamond.
Jeez.
They had the Pussycat Doll show. I think we saw that. And they were in the. But that's why I don't think I even get this. Though I did the one time I went to Vegas for a bachelor party. I gambled, but I'm not a big gambler. I like the entertainment. I'd rather spend that $1,000 I'm going to blow at a casino and go see something cool at the Sphere or something,
Yeah, I definitely want to check out the Sphere for sure. All right, our guest is here, so let's shall we move on and talk to Kailee Buller? How are you, Kailee?
Hi, I'm on the campaign trail. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, everything sounds great. Surprisingly, on our end, because we're always screwing things up. So Kailee is running for Congress, and it's quite a challenge, of course. And given that Republicans are there, it's said that Republicans are going to get squashed in the midterms, and yet you're running in a district that could be up for grabs and is very important.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, historic trends show that usually the midterm elections are a referendum on every president, no matter what political party you're with. But for me, jumping into this race, I see a real opportunity here. I am a Republican. I have worked for Trump, but I'm a common sense, kind of independent thinking Republican. And I think this district really needs that right now. So with this district, it does lean Democrat. We have about 180,000-ish Dems, 160,000-ish Republicans, and 150,000 independents who don't really like either party and don't want to identify with either party. And what's happening here in the state of New York specifically with energy costs, with housing affordability and availability, with tax policy, with socialism, really creates a unique opportunity for me to come in and flip a seat in a time which is normally not anticipated.
Right. And I know that the party would love to see this seat flip, given the small majorities that are they're clinging to in Congress right now. It's always about money, Kailee, for these races. And so, I mean, how do you raise the amount of money needed to take on a race like this?
Yeah, there's a few things I'd say about that. I mean, John Mannion has much more money than I do. He's an incumbent. I think he has about 1.6 in the bank. But that being said, money isn't everything, and people are really awake. If anyone's been watching the Bill Magnarelli-Mo Brown race, Mo Brown, he was under, I think Magnarelli outspent him 10-1, right? And he was a moderate Democrat that my opponent, John Mannion, endorsed. And he was there for 27 years, and Mo Brown with no money beat him because people are sick of the Democrats taking their vote and, not performing. And so for me, I have a career that I've delivered results. So I'm not worried about the money. Obviously I need to raise it, but I'm getting so much momentum on the ground with conversations I'm having and activating with grassroots. I was just with a bunch of veterans. I was with a bunch of gun owners last night. I'm going to a cattle ranch tonight with about 50 or 60 people to talk about my vision. I'm getting reached out to constantly, and I'll talk to anyone, Democrats, Republicans, independents, because we all have a lot we can do, and I'm the right person for this moment to deliver, given my background and my history, and the fact that I am a common sense Republican who wants to deliver like a statesman, like John Kakko, like Richard Hanna, et cetera. And our current representative isn't doing that. He votes with the Democrats. In fact, he just voted to defund Israel. So he voted with AOC, not even Hakeem Jeffries, who leads the Democratic caucus. So John Mannion is voting too liberal for this district. He's to the left of Kathy Hochul, and I'm a moderate and can come in and actually provide a common sense background where I'm not going to always side with the president. I'm going to side with the district. I'm going to do the right thing with the district.
So, okay, I'm a little bit surprised by that, because it seemed to me that when you first surfaced, you were a little more, I want to say, MAGA than not. Okay, is that a fair description or no?
People are going to describe me as MAGA because I've worked for the president not once, but twice. But that being said, I mean, I'm a Republican and I'm here running in a moderate district with views that are moderate in nature. So, I mean, I will be called a MAGA Republican, but I don't identify with every single thing and don't support every single thing the president says and does. So perhaps that's a perception, but I mean,
it's nice to hear.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah, it's very nice
because
to hear.
this is the issue with gerrymandering. So we have become a much more partisan country because of gerrymandering and lack of term limits. I'm very much supportive of term limits. And the reason we become so partisan and things have gotten the way they are is because Democrats and Republicans alike are gerrymandering. And then to get reelected, people have to double down and be more right and be more left. This is one of 38 districts in the entire country that's still moderate in nature. And to be a good representative and do a good job here, you have to be an independent common sense thinker. And that is not what our current representative is. I mean, Kako, he did a really good job of this, right? He did what was right for the district. He used his conscience. He used his mind. But John Manning, if you look at his voting record, he is voting with what the Democrat caucus tells him to do. And that's not what this district needs. So I'm here telling everybody that, yes, I'm a Republican. Yes, I worked for Trump, but I'm not always going to agree with him on everything when I represent. And that's how I'm going to be the best representative for you all.
Okay. That was a great answer, actually. So
great answer.
Well, and listen, it's the honest truth. Like, I've had a really incredible career, and I'm coming back to use the things that I've learned in DC to deliver for Central New York, because that's not happening. So, I mean, a lot of people talk to me and they're like, thank you for being honest. Like, they'll present an idea to me and I'm like, that's not viable. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it is, because it's not going to pass. And they're like, well, thank you for telling me that. And I'm like, I have no reason to lie. I want to come in here and show people that there can be honest politicians. Like, I'm not going to go to DC and change, because I've already been in DC for 14 years. I've worked with members of Congress. I've worked in 2 administrations. And when I was a lobbyist, I worked with the Obama administration, with the Biden administration. And I know a lot of members of Congress, Democrats and Republicans. So I already know what I'm getting into, and I know what I'm doing. I'm going to hit the ground running day one to deliver for this district and not let us be left behind like we are right now.
Kailee, what's your occupation now as it stands? What are you doing? What's your normal thing?
So I resigned as the chief of staff to Secretary Rollins on February 20th. She's the cabinet secretary of Department of Agriculture. And I am not working for anyone. I'm not consulting. I'm not lobbying. I'm not getting paid at all. This is what I'm doing. I'm running for office.
So that was my lead in. I see you daily working the streets. I was like, how do you find the time to do all this? And
I don't work.
That's great.
Yeah,
this is my job. Like, I am coming here to represent this community, and that's all I'm thinking about every day, all day.
Your social media presence is very strong.
Yes.
You do a really, really good job of social media, and that's important now for sure. And it's especially important for you because you need to have people get to know who you are. And so if you can do that through social media and through all the people that you're meeting, that's definitely the way to go about it, no doubt. So you're strong there. No question about that.
Well, and we've talked about this before too. I mean, I had Bruce Blakeman here in town. We were campaigning together all through Syracuse, and I think CNY Central, Syracuse.com, a couple others came and they covered it, but like, they didn't cover it holistically. So I would way rather go on something like this and actually have real conversation. Ask me anything about anything and play the full answer. And like, they pick and choose and they, swap out, and it just isn't the proper coverage. And so I would rather do things like this. I was on Brews and Banter last night, and I loved it because I'm like, ask me anything. I don't care. I'll answer anything. And this is a better way for me to connect with voters. And so is my social media, because I can go direct to them and tell them what I want to say, and not something that someone at Syracuse.com decided to cut, or a 1-second clip, like the worst clip that I said that they aired. And then all the other good meat that I had, they didn't air. So I'm grateful for these kinds of opportunities. And I think the voters are smart. As much as Kathy Hochul thinks that upstate New Yorkers aren't sophisticated, we're actually smart, and they're understanding that some of these things are a lot more biased, and they want to hear from me, and that's the best way that I can do it. So I appreciate those comments very much.
And thank you for your time again, and we'll touch base again, because this is an important race, and people need to be informed. So I'm very happy that you come on whenever we can have you on.
I'll come on anytime, and I think a couple of things I'll just leave you with is, I support term limits. You need to get in, get out, and do a good job. And that helps the corruption from forming too long. I will never support a tax increase. We're already the highest tax state in the entire nation. I believe in an all of the above energy approach, which New York has really overcompensated and put our citizens in a really bad situation with energy bills. And I'm going to be bipartisan. I'm going to tell the truth. And so people can rely on me to hear the truth, whether they want to hear it or not, when I'm their elected official. So I respond directly on my Facebook. When people reach out, it's me responding. It's not my team. I look at all the emails because I don't want my staff to siphon all that out. I want to know who wants to talk to me and what they want to say. So thank you for allowing me this opportunity. And I hope people will follow me on my socials at Buller for New York, BULLER for New York. And my website is KaileeBuller.com. So I look forward to working with you and coming on anytime.
Yeah, we'll put those up, Bill, as links. Thank you, Kailee.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
She has come a long way since the first time we
and it wasn't that long ago.
No, it wasn't. She's really,
a few months.
Man, that was good.
We've known John for a long time. I mean,
yes.
we knew him back in the day, but he's got a mountain ahead of him.
Yes.
with this campaign, because
she's good.
She's saying all the things that need to be, that people that aren't on one side or the other need to hear to make that decision.
Right.
And nobody's doing that anymore.
No.
That's another thing. Nobody's doing that anymore.
Some of them are starting to come around to it, I think. I think more and more people will begin to identify as moderate, okay? Because we've seen both ends, right? Republican and Democrat, both extremes. People are turned off by that now. So, and we didn't need that comment either. I'm not going to read that comment.
Negative.
That's I want to read it later, but not on the air. I don't. We're not doing that. We're not doing calling people names and stuff. Okay, I get it. I get what Hank is saying, but we're not doing that on this show. But she's great. It's going to be a race, man.
Only if you make the Yahoo of the week.
Exactly.
But we do that a lot in jest, because that's what it's for.
Yes. That's too bad that he had to put that there, but okay.
But nobody saw it, so
no.
Well, I mean, they will see it if they are on our thing, but we put it in this. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, we're not calling people names.
But no, I'm glad she came on. That was great.
Yes, she is. She's this is going to be an important race. Very important.
Still efforting Claudia Tenney.
Right. Now that's MAGA.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All the way.
Wow. But
Kailee says that's a fake profile too, so it's probably just some troll on her.
Okay.
I've seen that name on her socials before.
Oh, okay. If you don't have the guts to use your own name, then I don't have any use for you. What did my friend Kevin say there?
I agree. Most of us are clustered around the center.
It says true or false. It'll be harder to do changes in Albany.
The way Albany is right now.
The way Albany is right now. I don't know about that. Maybe. I mean, the problem being now that, well, it's not a problem. Here's what happened. So Mandami won in New York State or New York City, right? So now all of his people, his Democrat socialists they won. A lot of them won.
Yes.
And so that's what's happening now. And it's going to creep into the state level where they want change yesterday. Okay. The Democrat socialists want change yesterday, and they want it like massive change. And, Americans don't really go for that so much. So if you want to like slow your roll a little bit and and they're going to have to, and tune things down to a moderate level. If you're going to have a chance, that's the way to go. And she's smart about that.
I did like how Mandami vetoed the pay raise.
I like him. I like him a lot. Now, I don't like all of his policies. No. But man, have you heard him give a speech?
Yeah, it's very good.
He's tremendous.
It's right out of the book of Obama.
Yes. Although the best speaker I've ever seen personally was Mario Cuomo.
Oh yeah,
he was unbelievable.
And so is his son too.
Yeah,
he was full of it, but
yeah, no, Mario was better than his son.
Yeah,
and now I watch Chris on News Nation.
I like that show.
Yeah, he's a little too narcissistic for me, but I do like him, and I do like his points sometimes.
And I like how he really puts everybody to task.
Yeah, he does. He puts everybody on.
Yeah.
It just cracks me up how at the end of every interview, he gives you the time. Do you know what that stems from? He got into some kind of argument with someone one time, and the guy said, you can't do an informative, good interview in 5 minutes. Now he does them all under 5 minutes, and he does the time at the end. 4:21, 4:38. That's what that is. That's what that goes back to.
That's cool.
Because they said that you can't do a good interview in 5 minutes. Well, yes, you can. Ask the right questions. Talk about the right thing. He knows what he's doing for sure.
What's this? That Dan Abrams had something to do with News Nation for a long time.
Yeah, I like that.
And now he has something to do with the Reels, the inner works of Reels, because he's the host of that on Patrol Live.
Yes.
But I think he has something to do with like the inner workings of Reels.
Really?
Yeah, it's That's this flagship. Like when you go to the app on whatever platform you're using, it's a picture of On Patrol Live guys.
Oh,
so they're the face of it. And that's 6 hours of programming a week.
And he's been a legal analyst for a long time, and he's very good.
He was big during the Michael Jackson, court stuff.
Yes,
when he had black hair, dyed black hair.
Yeah. Now he went natural, and those two guys he usually has on Sticks and the other dude, the black guy, they're both really good.
Yeah. And now they got the New Jersey. He just retired too, as a captain of the New Jersey Police Department. Tom Rizzo, he's great too.
And the guy Sticks is when
Shawn Larkin.
He started a long time ago doing this stuff, and now he's like a star.
And they all look like Superman.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
They bring in once in a while the chief of police.
Giant guy.
Yeah, him too. But they bring in the chief of Haven, Arkansas, and he's like his podunk is.
Really?
And he's so funny, and it's really small town policing in Hazen, Arkansas. I mean, he's fair with everybody.
Love that.
And you could tell it's not an act. It's just the way, Darlin, the whole thing.
That one black officer who's like Hercules, he's massive. He's a professional bodybuilder, obviously, but he's huge. I mean, if he pulled me over, I'd tell him anything he wanted.
I'd take care of it.
Absolutely.
Do you watch The Rookie? Have you ever seen The Rookie?
Yeah.
Sure. I've just kind of dove into that. It was on my Fuel Like, and I watched it, and now I've just gone off the rails. But I think that's got to be one of the most ridiculous, but at the same time, true to what police work is. Than like a SVU or a Boston Blue or whatever.
Right, sure.
But I mean, every episode, these guys are getting you know cartels and Rookie.
Jeez. All right, I'm running out of gas. We got to go. So, do we have anything for next week?
No, we're after things.
I bet we are.
Doing a whole bunch of stuff.
I bet we come up with something.
We're going to come up with a great show. We've been flying by the seat of our pants for 89 episodes, so we just keep going that way.
Why stop now?
That's correct.
All right, that's it. Martin Sexton is going to be our...
it's going to be added into the podcast because I couldn't download the video that it was given.
Okay.
So he is going to be.
All right, but you got to add it to the podcast.
Exactly.
All right. Take care of yourselves, all right? God willing, we're all back at it next time on the Jim Reith Show Unleashed podcast.